Hey everyone, welcome to Massachusetts Sports Central. These are our NFL game picks for Week 16. Getting into the last couple of weeks of the season, no buys and no more Thursday games. We have a couple of Saturday games again this week. In Week 16, we had a bounce back after a so-so Week 15. We had a 12-4 record, which brings our overall record to 145-79 on the season. Okay, let's get right into the Week 16 games. As I mentioned, we are done with Thursday for the season, but have a couple of Saturday games. The first one is Colts at the Ravens. Colts are one of the worst teams, and the Ravens have been playing better and have a lot to play for since they are still on the outside of the playoffs. Excuse me. They should take care of business with 3 easy games to end the year. The Ravens should be a playoff team. This is the next step to that, and Baltimore wins 27-13. The primetime Saturday game is a big one with the Vikings visiting the Packers. Lots of people are excited about this a couple of weeks ago when they thought Rodgers was going to play, and it might be a must-win for Green Bay. Well, he came back and was bad, and the Pack were eliminated, and he then went back on IR, so a lot of the intrigue is gone. I think the Packers give a little bit of a fight, but lose to Minnesota 24-16. All right, on to the 1 p.m. Sunday games. Starting off, we have the Lions at Bengals. The Lions are not a bad team, which is not something you can say about the Bengals. Cincy also has acted like they have just given up and just rolled over and died the last couple of weeks. The Lions still have some hope to sneak into the playoffs, so I expect them to get the job done versus a bad team. Detroit takes it 27-20. Our next game is Miami at Kansas City. Both teams are actually still alive for the playoffs, but for KC, they are trying to put the division away, and the Finns are hoping to win out and have a dozen other things happen to sneak in. Excuse me. KC has been playing better the last couple of weeks, and I think they keep it up at home versus a highly flawed Dolphins team. KC takes this one 28-17. Next up are the Bills heading to Foxborough to face the Patriots. Okay, so anything can happen, but hard to see how the Bills beat the Pats in Foxborough when New England needs the win to keep in line for the number 1 seed, and they could actually fall to third and not even get a bye with just one loss, and not that much else needing to happen. So with big stakes there for the Pats, even though Buffalo could really use this game too, I don't think it will happen, and the Patriots win it 27-13. Next game is the last best chance for the Browns to win a game as they go to Chicago to face the Bears. So these are both fairly bad teams, but Cleveland is clearly worse. This is the last best chance for the Brownies to actually win, but I'm not going to go there though, and I'm taking the Bears 17-13. Okay, we have the Bucks at Panthers next. Panthers are playing pretty well right now, and if they win, they are still in the hunt for the division. You know, depending on what the Saints do, and if they beat the Falcons next week too, as in the Panthers beating the Falcons next week too. So despite Tampa putting up a good fight against Atlanta last week, they are not taking down the Panthers. Carolina wins it 20-10. All right, next we have a huge game in the NFC South with the Falcons at the Saints. So as I was just saying, this is a big game for both these teams and the Panthers. If the Falcons win here and beat the Panthers next week, they win the division. If the Saints drop this game and the Panthers win out, they take the division. But if the Saints win out, they take it. So this is a big, big, big game. I think this will be a good game, and I think it will be cleaner than the game a few weeks ago between these two. This time the Saints win it to all but lock up the division. Saints 30-24. All right, next up, Broncos at Redskins. One of the only games that have really no playoff implications. I think that the Skins are the better team, but they are also dealing with a lot of injuries. The Broncos have been playing a lot better the last couple of weeks too. I still think that Washington is better and will be able to take it. Skins win a close one, 2017. All right, we're looking at the Rams going to play the Titans next. We'll see if the Titans are going to step up and compete with one of the league's best teams or continue their free fall right out of the playoffs. The Titans could play their best game. The thing is, the Titans could play their best game in a month and still lose, though, to this team. The Rams are a really good team and don't think that they will have a letdown against an inferior team when they can lock up their division with a win. LA wins it 30-20. Last early game is Chargers at Jets. The Chargers need this to keep their very faint playoff hopes alive. The Jets have kept competitive more often than not this year and will do it again. But with Petty in there, I don't think they can score enough on a solid LA defense. Chargers stay alive with a 24-14 win. All right, moving to the late games, we start with the Jags traveling to Northern California to take on the 49ers. This is a lot more interesting than it looked a month ago. Jimmy G has been playing great for San Fran, and they are riding a 3-game win streak. That being said, I think the Jags are hungry and still have a shot at a bye if they win their last 2 games. It'll be fairly close, but Jacksonville takes it 23-20. Coming up next is the Seahawks at the Cowboys. This is an elimination game. Both teams have uphill battles to make the playoffs, but they have to win both games, so the loser here will be officially eliminated. Zeke is coming back from suspension, so that is a nice addition for the Cowboys. For some reason, I'm not feeling the Cowboys, and even though Seattle has not looked good their last 2 games, I just feel they're going to take it. No great reasoning behind it, but taking Seattle 23-20. All right, final afternoon game is the New York Giants going out to the desert to take on the Cardinals. Have to think this is the least interesting game of the week. One of the few with no playoff implications, and don't see any other storylines to be interested in either. But it's still a game, so we have to give it some thought of who will win. I think the Giants are totally listless at this point, and everyone other than the players are hoping to secure the second overall pick and are happy to lose. But like I said, not the players. The Cards don't act that way, though, so I think that they will they'll make it happen, and Arizona wins this one 21-14. All right, no Sunday night games this week, but a Monday doubleheader. Starting off in the afternoon, we have the Steelers at the Texans. Texans are bad and are playing like it, and the Steelers can't coast since they could still pull out the number 1 seed or fall to number 3. They don't need to play their best or have AB to beat the Texans, and they will win fairly easily 27-17. All right, moving to the primetime on Monday night, we have Raiders at Eagles. Raiders are all but eliminated, and even though the Eagles have clinched a bye, they still could lose home field. They would like to win this to have those home games, and also Foles, still needs to get reps to fully click with the offense. So no reason to think Philly won't be in it to win it. Eagles take it 28-20. Okay. We'll review the picks after all the games next week as usual. Thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and share the videos, and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on other social media. Facebook and Twitter are both @MA Sports Central. Thanks, and we will see you soon.